Hey, good morning. Hey, Punch Monkeys. Good to see you. Fernette. Let me find one person because I always usually let them know, but I hate every time I go back to top messages, I'm back. I mean, go to all messages, I end up back. Okay, hold on one secondo. I get on my nerves when I say that. I swear I do. Okay. Um, how you guys been doing? Happy Halloween. I'm not a big Halloweener, but I love Halloweener. I'm not a big wiener, but no, I'm not a big Halloweener, but I love fall like I do. I don't absolutely love everything pumpkin spice, like some people go a little far. Like if you look at the yeah, be careful driving, Punch Monkey. If you look at some of the stuff like you've seen on overconsumption and stuff, why do you need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars to decorate your house for fall? I mean, a couple of little things here and there is one thing, but Jesus, right? Well, anyway, I'm kind of talking, trying to see if I can wait for some people to come in. Hey, there you are. Hey, happy Halloween. Um, let me get this out of here. Regular font. Oh, wait, I could change the font. There we go. A little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Why didn't I ever see this before? Okay, anyway. So, the I have some good stuff for you guys today. Some stuff that really either pissed me off or and or kind of you know I'll definitely find something to yeah, I have it. I always end with the funny. But one thing is more like, just really pisses you off. If it doesn't piss you off, you don't have a heart. And anyway. So let's start with let's start with buy now, pay later. Okay. And the reason I'm starting with that is because people are going into so much debt over it. Now, this has to do really with Coachella. Coachella has been, now, it's never been my dream to go. I'm not like, 18 anymore. And even if I was, or 20, I would not be sleeping in, 105 degrees, and all that. Okay. Do you know that Coachella has added a buy now, pay later? And of course, we all know that these music festivals, and by the way, I don't think I've heard of anybody that I even heard, like, that I've heard was like playing. A lot of people said that the lineup was very bad. I have a bunch of TikToks for you about it. It was mayhem and it was miserable and it was screaming. If you guys remember that Fire Fest festival, that they didn't pay any of the vendors. They couldn't use one of the island. There was a whole documentary on it, and I definitely enjoyed it. And I felt very bad for the people that went. Ain't no way, no, exactly. And to wait for an hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on when you got online, to take a shower in a disgusting, no, I can't. Take a breath, Jill. Take a breath. I'd be taking the shower in a pair of Crocs. Okay. Let's just be realistic about this. All right. You know, yes, my panic, so would mine, Frenette. My panic, the filthiness, the everything in 1999 during the anniversary, the 30-year anniversary of Woodstock. They picked the worst place ever because when they did it a few years earlier, people knocked the gates down and came in, okay, without paying. Well, this real shitty guy who was like a promoter, okay, and if any of you went to that, let me know in the comments, let me know wherever, let me know now, whatever. Because I just watching it, my anxiety flew up. There was nowhere for these people to go for shade or anything. And it reminded me of this Coachella. I mean, they're saying that Coachella is getting to the point where, do you remember when they used to put up on YouTube like people like James Charles and all these other influencers with their little VIP bracelets and their security, and they're in comfort. They're not, in these tents that are over 105 degrees inside. People were coming out of the tents. It was just awful. Oh, and they had bright lights on 24, so you couldn't tell if it was night or day when you were, I mean, and if the prices, we'll get to them because you'll see them. And then they do the buy now, pay later. And you can't say, I had a miserable ass time and I'm not paying it. A lot of people now are on this thing where they're, hey, Axelot, how are you? They had a music fest called Livestock. I think I've heard of that. Some crazy ass shit. My dad works it every year. Yeah, these festivals are, I mean, if you wanted to see the people who played Coachella, go and watch them at home from the comfort of your home on like pay-per-view type shit, okay? Because they had that. Do not subject yourself to this. Wait till you see what some of these prices were. Now, I do know that in 99, they had security take bottles of water, all that stuff from the people coming in. And then they outsourced the vendors. And the 90s fests were completely different. And this one, I was disappointed to hear. Well, I couldn't go to the 99 one there was a reason I couldn't go. But I wanted to, but after I heard and then years later, really saw what a freaking mess it was, I was so glad I didn't go. Okay. Now tickets for these things are through the roof. The food, wait till we get to that. All right. Let me play some of these things, and then we're going to get into something that is going to piss a lot of people off, and I'm sure you've heard about it because I hashtagged it, and it's sickening, and I love to read some of the comments, and I'm just appalled, appalled. All right, it's the only word I could think of. Appalled. I'm gonna be saying that all day. I'm appalled. I'm just nothing but appalled. And the thing is, they had weekend 1, weekend 2. Then they had like VIP, and then this level and that level. At the end of the night, Yeah, you brought your own, right? They're charging. I remember at you should see the prices here, but like I remember my friends telling me that when they outsourced the food and drink, these people came in, and when water was running out, they literally were charged. It was one place left with water, and they hiked up their water to over $20 a bottle. And this is in 99 money, okay? 99. So we are talking 26 years ago. People have lived their whole life since then. And you can imagine what it would have been hiked up to now with inflation, right? All right. I was going to make a little comment to Anonymous, but I decided to keep it to myself just to mess with it. Okay. So let's go. All my school stuff. How many signing Google accounts do I got going on here? Why do I even have that? Oh, what? Oh. Okay. I'm getting it. All right. So this is some TikTokers speaking on Coachella. All right. First, I'm going to read some of the, comments. All right. So we've got, I don't want to read that one. Okay. Is no one, I don't even know what the hell that means. Taljib, I don't know. Maybe that's an whatever about the tampon. Oh God, I didn't listen to this whole thing. Okay, we're gonna listen because I saw something else about That's another thing. I want you to picture, and this isn't, I know we want to be like, oh my God, but picture being a female. It's so hot, guys. It's Aunt Flo's taking a visit, okay? And you have to do these certain things, the lines for the bathroom. Now, I know most of you, I know I would be like, okay, get in my tent and have a friend block so no one else comes in, and I'd have to do it in there. But I mean, you got tissues, I mean, God, it must have been hell. And then by the time you're done using the bathroom, by the way, you have to go to the bathroom again. Jesus. You're going to want to eat a lot of salt while you're there to hold in some water so you don't dehydrate. All right, let's go. And the thing is, this girl goes on at the beginning about the man she went with. But who gives a fuck? I don't. But let's see. There's a lot of tampon comments, so I'm convinced that none of these people are having fun. Well, they sure the hell don't look like it, do they? Jesus fucking Christ, oh Lord. I'd change in after using the, I wouldn't go in there. I would leave. Oh, we got to leave, guys. I have to use the bathroom. I have to pee. What do you mean? Just you? No. Jill does not do porta potty. Okay, she does not do porta potty. All right, no way. Jill will die first. Okay, all right, let's go. Oh, duh.
And I went with to the IRS. Each time I went was hell on earth. So let's get into it. The first time I ever went to Coachella was 2018. I was 19 years old and I robbed my boyfriend to be able to afford the tickets.
Oh, that's nice.
He was a dealer and I stole a lot from him and did a lot of illegal things to get his money.
She sounds like a gem. Now, I was no angel. You guys have heard some stories, okay? By the way, today, because of the story, it's I really would prefer to get two. I hate that I can't put my own number in, like it's 1 or 5. But if you could do two, if somebody does one, I still might do the story, okay? So, guys, I'm kind of lenient on that. I'm not here for money. So really, if you do one, I'll I'm going to tell the story, okay? All right. Let's go. Cuz I'm easy. I'm an easy storyteller. That sounds crazy. All right. But this girl, she's sus.
Friends and I decided to use the stolen cash to go to Coachella. The
Her
problem
lips
is I
look
was
like
going
they're
with my
gonna
best
pop.
friend at the time, Alex. And Alex suggested to me and my friend Kepra that we camp.
Kepra?
Because he had camped at East Coast music festivals before. And he claimed it made it way more fun. Let me tell you something, camping in the middle of the desert when it's 100 degrees out is not fun. But I digress. We had our Coachella tickets, we flew to LA, we rented a Mustang, we drove down to Palm Springs. As we were trying to enter the camping grounds, we saw that you couldn't enter the camping grounds with alcohol. And that wasn't going to work for 3 19-year-olds. Alex had traveled with like 6 bottles of cheap vodka, the kind of vodka that comes in like a plastic
gut
bottle.
rot.
Really disgusting stuff. He had the bright idea that we stop at Walmart in Palm Springs and get big, giant jugs of like fruit punch. We then went in the parking lot and chugged as much fruit punch we could out of these like 5-gallon jugs of fruit punch. Made ourselves sick and then dumped all the vodka into it.
Why didn't you just
we then pull back around to the parking line.
Oh my God.
It's the night before Coachella starts. We pull in, we set up a tent, we think everything's fine. We didn't get drunk that night. I remember us just going to sleep.
They didn't let all
we woke up at like
6
in the morning, 6 or 7 in the morning, with the sun beating down on us.
Oh God.
Through the tent, we could feel the heat and see the sunshine just like piercing through our tent. It just woke us right the F up. It was horrible, and it was so hot outside. My friend Kepra and I decided to go sit in the car and start blasting the AC. While we were doing that, we killed the car's battery, and our car needed a jump. We were trying to charge our jewels at the same time as blasting the air conditioning. I don't know, bad combo. So we started walking around the campsite looking for someone who could jump our car. Finally, we were able to find it. Once that was out of the way, I put on like a little tiny sparkly bodysuit. I was wearing like nothing. And I looked at Kepra and I looked at Alex and I was like, let's get wasted. We took getting wasted day 1 a little too far. We drank all 6 bottles of the cheap vodka mixed in with the fruit punch in one day. I was blacked out, belligerently drunk. Kepra was belligerently drunk. Alex had ran off into the festival. I didn't know where he was.
I ended up separated from Kepra. Guys.
I don't know what happened to Kepra. The only thing I remember is being in a crowd, separated from Kepra. I don't know what happened to Kepra. The only thing I remember is being in a crowd, dancing. I don't even know who was playing.
Oh, good. Okay, it worked with my finger. Thank God I have one of those screen monitors that does both. Okay. First of all, this girl just sounds, oh God, she cut the, when are we gonna stop this? What are we back in that movie Flashdance back from the 80s or whatever? Isn't that the movie where the girl had the sweatshirt cut off on the shoulder? I mean, is this where we're back to, people? Is this it? Because I'm sick of it. They are spending so much money on these clothes and then they're cutting them. I mean, granted, I used to cut my jeans because I was grunge, but guess what? My jeans didn't freaking cost, the money that they spend on some of their clothes. I mean, absolutely freaking ridiculous. Yes, I have some shirts that have gotten bigger on me, or they are purposely bought big to wear with leggings that hang off, but I didn't cut them. Jesus, I wouldn't cut a $10 shirt. I'm so damn cheap. All right. So, you live the most interesting life. Oh my God. Somebody said, okay, you live the most interesting life since Helen Keller. Love the stories. Oh, for God's sakes. Does she think that she could tell better stories than me? What do you guys think? Put it in the Hey Camps, how you doing? I want a Flashdance movie or the It's good to see you, Camps. Let me move this over so I could see the YouTube thing. Something was in my way. Okay. Because I have to like kind of watch this on the YouTube, like, and I can't see the chat. I always look at the stupid StreamYard chat. Okay. It's a shame because this is actually a really good, I have a couple, a few good topics on here, and it's a shame because people probably just think it's my usual, like, boring, and they don't like my content and blah, 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 and I don't give a flying fuck. But the point is, Kepra is the name of my series. That's too funny. Kepra is the name of my seizure med. Well, apparently Jeff or whatever his name is ran off into the festival, and Kepra, she doesn't know where she is. Oh, God. Who would name their kid Kepra? Kepra. Some of these names that I've heard over the last, I don't know how many years, are ridiculous. Like Gwyneth Paltrow, Apple. She names it Apple. I can't. I can't. Where are we going, people? We're going to cut your sweatshirt class. That's where we're going. Okay, let's go. And people think that Coachella is the hottest place. Well, it's hot. It's the hottest place on earth. But it's like you gotta go. You got to go. And let me tell you another thing they get you with. Tickets are selling out. Hey, Olaf, how are you? It's good to see you, sweetie. Tickets are selling out, people. Get on it, right? And now you'll see where I get into the buy now, pay later being really dangerous. Because I'm going to tell you right now that I had a very bad experience at a urgent care that wanted me to pay $10 for some stupid urine thing. I don't even know what the hell it was. But the guy that went to take my blood, now look, I can tell somebody who's in active addiction in a heartbeat. This guy was in active addiction, and he was about to take and even if he wasn't, he was going to take my blood. He started taking it with no gloves, guys. You think you're getting your $10? I don't think so. You owe me $10 for the gas it took to get there. You fucking... Okay, moving along. Jill, just take a sip of coffee and then Diet Coke and move the hell on. See us old girls can hold on liquor. Okay. But not our pee-pee. All right, so let's shit, I gotta go back to TikTok. All right. And I'm the better storyteller, guys.
And some random man came up behind me. Now, mind you, I was in like a sheer mesh, good American bodysuit with crystals all over it. I also happened to be on my period.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Did I need to know that? So let me get this straight. She happens to be, in her menstrual cycle. And she decides to wear some sheer mesh bodysuit. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you serious? And with that heat, you are camping out in the desert. Do you realize that? There's snakes. You know, what's very strange is I had these TikToks set up, and unfortunately, some of them were still there, but some just like disappeared. I don't know. But anyway, there was snakes being carried off, you know, and it wasn't a little snake, but you know, I danced with snakes, so hey, who am I to who who am I to comment, right? So you know, it, we all know it. Just this place is such a ripoff. It's sick. I'm convinced that none of these people are having fun. Let me go down a little bit and do like one more. I can't believe she's just shocked that they didn't let her and her other 19 Kepra and her other 19-year-old friend in with liquor. I mean, I just can't believe it. Oh my God, look at this, guys. This person's name is See You Next Tuesday with a Y at the end. You're acting so auntie today, you know? It feels illegal to be that early. That's funny. Oh God, I don't know what pulled it out means. Oh God. Oh God, let's see.
Apparently my tampon string was hanging out. So the guy walked up behind me and I thought he was just dancing on me, but he reached around and under and pulled my tampon out of me. I guess he wanted to like come up behind me and start diddling me. I freaked out. I started running away. Don't remember much after this.
Stupid bro
I ended up in some
is running around in an outfit where, okay, I thought that was bad enough. The mesh outfit with the whatever. And she has the string hanging out. People, where in the hell are we? Are we on another planet? Do you have any couth? I mean, okay, great stories. Yeah, you're bravo. I'm gonna give you a C. No, I'll give you a B on your storytelling. But to say that somebody came and pulled you, that's assault. That's not even like, you know, a funny story. That is not a story like I would tell, like to you guys. That's not, because in my opinion, that's a. Oh God, I'm not allowed to say that. Oh, who the fuck cares? That's, you know, not. It's yeah. Ew. That's all we could say, right? Fernet is ew. You know, the damn string. What? What did she say? Wait, I fucked up. Hold on. What did she say? Cut the damn string. What kind of what? With that kind of outfit. You know, remember how I tell you I would do those you know, things with my girl Elle. So the thing is, if I had to wear a certain type of outfit, okay, I would cut it a little bit shorter, but not to where like it's so short I can't freaking get to it type thing. Okay. But I would just pass, depending on, you know, the whole thing. Like, this is insanity. But that, in my opinion, is what that guy did. I know your reaction. Hey, X. It's just, you know, oh my God! I'm up. Let's just go.
random guy's tent and he gave me, you know, substances that make reality not seem like reality anymore. Catch my drift.
Tent, guys.
I wanted to bring these back to my friends, so I headed back towards the campsite. Once I got to the campsite, I found Kepra just passed out on top of the tent. Kepra was so drunk she fell over and literally destroyed the tent, like snapped the pieces of plastic that were holding it up.
Well,
our tent no longer existed, but I was too drunk to care. I went into the car and I put the substances in the car. And then as I was getting out of the car, I
want to know what the
up.
substances were.
All the fruit punch, everything just came pouring out of me all over our campsite. Imagine how throw up smells in 100-degree heat.
Hey, Mona!
Yeah, not good. While I was throwing up, that made Kepper
you.
wake up and start throwing up also.
Oh,
so our entire
it was a
campsite was just full
vomit
of, like,
fest.
rotting food truck food and
Jesus,
vomit. It was bad. I remember nothing from this point on until nighttime. I wake up with like a severe sunburn. Literally like 3rd-degree burns all over my body. I was in so much pain I started to cry. Just to give you an idea of how bad the sunburn actually was, I still have sunspots on my back from Coachella 2018. It permanently damaged my skin. I decide because I'm in so much pain and I still want to be able to see the weekend, I'm just going to finish off whatever alcohol we had left. I finish it off and remember basically nothing after this. Allegedly, I made it to the weekend set and I was literally falling over. I passed out in the grass.
Where were you?
Dead,
hold on. Where exactly were you changing your, tampons? I would like to know, because you're that drunk, you don't remember anything. You had a strange, and then she went, here's the best part, guys, the best part, the finale, if you will, of the day. She just gets her, thing pulled out of her. And then she stumbles off to a random guy's tent, to get some, quote, substances. Now, do I need to tell you guys how dangerous that is? Even crazy Jill doing crazy shit in those years, like, at that age and older. Much older. That, I would never have done that, because you don't know what the hell those substances really are. You got them from some rando, Jesus Christ.
They came to like get me because they thought I had alcohol poisoning or I OD'd or something.
Jesus H.
I got up and I sprinted across the festival and ran away. This is according to my friends because I don't remember. Somehow I made it back to the campsite that night, but we had no tent left. So my friends and I all just passed out on top of the tent, looking up at the night sky. Woke up in the morning with the sun beating down on us again. I really wanted to shower, but the lines for the showers were like miles long. So the entire 3 days I was there, I didn't shower once.
Okay, so we didn't shower once in 3 days. We reek like what type of thing, okay? Because she's got her thingamajiggy. And then she's probably stunk like, I don't know, a rotted rat stuck in a rotting snake, who I know because it's a long story. A snake got stuck, blah, blah, blah. It got out when the person bought it. And I'm like, dude, man, your car really stinks. And it turns out that the snake got out of the thing and he looked all over the car and he couldn't find it. And so I got him in touch with another guy I knew, and the guy found it and he started to explain what it was like when he found it. And then I vomited everywhere. Okay. So anyway, remember when you went on the nature walk and you wiped with poison? Oh my God. God, Mona's here to help along with the show. Oh God. Remember when you went on the nature walk and you wiped your with the poison ivy, because Derek, the dishy counselor, was giving you the eye and you didn't want to drift dry. Oh, I just can't. Mona, if they had poison ivy in a certain spot, that could have happened to me one day. Even though there was no Derek or dishy counselor, there was an incident. and I did the little shake, the little shake, because I had no tissues, no nothing. I had to go so bad. I was going to burst. And yeah, so, it also happened at the Grateful Dead concert another time. So let's just move on. And go ahead, people. If anybody's recording this, yes, I don't believe in toilet paper. I just believe it. Be natural, people. Use leaves. Leaves of an unknown origin. Oh, God. Thanks, Mona. Needed the laugh. And now I've told you guys crazy things that you'll never forget and will harass me for to the day I drop. Okay. Oh, I needed to speak to what's her name? T-Girl. All right. What the hell am I doing? Oh.
I was covered in dirt, sunburn, vomit. It was gross.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm already getting sick. Okay, check this out, though. I did get 2nd and 3rd degree burns from the sun back when I was about 19. And it took years of putting, I tried cocoa butter. Today more things, but because of social media. But I was just putting cocoa butter on the back of my knees because it took really long to heal back there. My whole back was one huge blister. I was in so much pain. I ended up passing out into a table filled with people at a frozen yogurt place because they thought I was on something, and I only ordered because I didn't know how to get out of the store. I knew I was going to pass out, and I did, and I ended up in the ER. I was sun poisoning. They had to fill me with fluids. It was awful. I thought I put sunblock on. I didn't. I put tanning stuff on, and I'm fair as fuck. And my girlfriend had fallen asleep, and I'm used to tanning oil back then being like an oil, not I should have been smart enough to read it, but that's on me, but yeah, and I still have scars, so I know what she's talking about. Okay. What did you order? What the hell did I order where? Oh, a TCPY. I don't remember. She said, what do you order? Oh, I don't remember. I can't remember. I don't even remember what I used to get from there because I just don't remember. Okay.
Taking the reality-altering substance. And we had some sort of existential realization that we were all really ugly. Because everyone at Coachella was super hot. It was like the influencer Olympics there. My friend Alex, who was gay, thought he was like a New Jersey 10 for a gay. And then these alpha gays walked past us in the crowd, and they were super jacked, just wearing Speedos. And he realized how ugly he was.
An alpha
his wallpaper on his phone was a photo of himself. And he kept looking at it, horrified at how ugly he was. So he changed his wallpaper to a photo of Donald Trump. Don't ask me why he did that. I don't know. Day 3, my friend Kepper and I just hid in the food court and were binge eating. We were so depressed, so disgusted with ourselves. Everything, my hair smelled, I smelled. It was horrible. When we left LA, I was like, there's no way I'm going back. It was like surviving the Hunger Games or something.
The
only benefit to that experience, I guess, was realizing how ugly I was in comparison to everyone in LA. So I started going to the gym all the time, and I truly tried to find my inner LA baddie, and it ended up working. Because when I decided to go back in 2022, I was a successful OF model. I had money. I had connections. I knew I would be able to go to all the parties and everything like that and all the events. So I thought it would be a totally different experience because
How'd
I
I
had a
know
nice
she was an
Airbnb.
OF? How'd
I
I
had
know?
invites to all the best
Alpha
parties.
gays. I
I
love
thought I was
that.
going to be living it up. And then I made the fatal mistake of inviting a corn star. Me and this corn star had collabed
You
together
really
previously for
were
my
one.
OF page. And he had confessed to me, like, after our first collab, that his dad was, like, a child predator.
Well,
A
there
literal
goes the
PDF file.
parties.
Which should have been a red flag, right? But I was, like, 23 years old. I didn't get.
I don't think that anything needs to be said. Is this girl an idiot? A fucking moron? I'm getting into all the parties. I started going to the gym. She's got the same fucking hair that every single girl has. Why? And then they say, why do you all look alike? Well, I wonder why. Because you wear the same exact clothes. You have the same exact style hair. You go to you probably go to one of those fancy gyms that cost more just because it cost more, and you feel so special waltzing out in LA, okay? And I'm sick of hearing about how New York influences are boring, that they're panicking. I saw on one of the thumbnails. New York influencers, guys, are panicking. Do you, what does it matter? Like, I couldn't tell you where she was right now. Could you? She could be in fucking Wisconsin, you know? She could be anywhere. So tell me, why does being in a New York influencer make you not as good as an LA influencer? Have we lost our minds? Remember when you used to throw sexy parties, Jill? What did you call them again? Bo Peep's Bordello. Oh my God. No, that's the drink I'm making. That's like, I should trademark that name so that like no one else, buys it up. And then I'll make a drink called Bo Peep's Bordello. And then you have my face like smiling on the front, with a what on. Oh, yeah. Pegging away. All right. I was invited to, damn you. I was invited to red carpets in LA. Went to one of them. Ow. Sorry, I'm in pain. I got to take a ibuprofen. Okay. What is it? I got drunk off this Swedish gin from IKEA. I didn't know IKEA was making Swedish gin. Well, they are a Swedish company. Did you know? I forgot the percentage, but it is really high. It was like ridiculously high. It was like 7 out of 10. So like 70% of people were conceived in an IKEA bed in Europe. Did you know that? Oh, yeah. Jill keeps up on these things. Jill keeps up on where people are conceived. I don't know how you guys listen to me. Okay. No wonder there's only a few of you. I'll put wool on your back and a strap on up here. Oh, Jesus. Mona. We need to say, we need an emergency. Well, this is an emergency. Why is someone's parent thank you, a red flag for that person? Well, let's see. The fact that she didn't understand how serious that was is what bothered me. Not that his parent was, but apparently it's going to mess up, or she's going to blame it She's going to blame it for messing up her getting into all the good parties, because now she's not going to have to sleep like that on the tent with her. Who the hell, after an experience like that, and I don't care if you changed your looks and you look like an LA baddie, okay? It doesn't matter. It's still going to be fucking miserable. You're still in the middle of the desert. And unless you get yourself, because she had so much money, because she was a very successful OF model. Okay. So she's going to blame the fact that it was because of him. I see this coming. And no, I did not watch this whole one. Okay. I just watched the beginning. I just scanned through, make sure there's no music, shit like that. Okay. All right, let's go.
I just wanted to have a man there as like an accessory.
I thought, hey, I could
pay for this Coachella trip by having like another Coachella collab with him. Everything seemed like it was going fine on like night one. I brought him to a party with me, and that's when things really started to go downhill. He got extremely wasted.
Dude, when you're now she's going to talk about somebody else getting extremely wasted. Okay. When your upper lip is bigger than your face, there's a problem. Go.
At the party, went up to Jake Paul and Logan Paul and told them that he sleeps with way badder girls than they ever could, and he's the most famous male porn star in the world. Nobody knew who the hell he was. He was not famous like that. I started getting really embarrassed, so I started avoiding him. That's when Murder Beats, a security guard, walked up to me at the party and said, I didn't know they made thick girls in New Jersey. And I was like, oh, I have a BBL, I don't know. And then he offered me $20,000 to go home with Murder Beats. I declined because I had to take care of the insane male porn star I had brought.
Well, hold on.
The male porn star comes home with me.
Was from
back
New
to our
Jersey?
Airbnb.
What?
My friend Alex was at the Airbnb, like, waiting for us. And then he asks me to put fingers in his chocolate starfish. I was mortified. I went to bed that night just trying to, like...
I have a question. What's a chocolate starfish? Oh, I think I know. I'm not even gonna look down. Yeah, I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. Isn't she, Frenette? Very unlikable.
Forget that ever happened. I really wanted to have fun at the festival the next day.
Taking over
and then
your
the male
whole
porn
face.
star told me his dog was at the vet. And because of that, he no longer could film a collab video with me. Mind you, I had paid for this man's ticket. I paid
Mind
for
you,
I to make
that
my
you
money
didn't
back,
want to be
but
with
he wasn't
him.
having
He
it.
was embarrassing
The whole day,
you.
he was depressed. He was upset. He didn't want to have fun with us. He didn't want to do anything. We
I
brought him
can't
to the
take
festival, and he just whined and cried the whole time, saying he wanted to go home, so we brought him home. He made the experience so awful. It felt like he was trying to ruin my Coachella experience on purpose because I wouldn't put my fingers in his chocolate starfish.
Sorry,
I looked
wrong
at Alex
guy.
and I said, let's just try and have a fun rest of the weekend. But that didn't end up happening because Alex took too much Adderall, had a mental breakdown, dressed as a furry to Coachella, and then decided he wanted to unalive himself because he looked fat dressed as a naked slutty tiger. I barely got to experience the festival at all. Last night, I just spent sobbing. I went to Bella Thorne's party, and the porn star was trying to hook up with every other girl there, but still expected to sleep in my Airbnb. It was horrible. I felt like very used. I wake up in the morning, and the porn star's car got robbed. He left his car open in the middle of Palm Springs. He ended up leaving. And then I recalled when he was really drunk, he told me he never paid his taxes. So I ended up reporting him to the IRS when I got home. He owed over $800,000. I am going to be de-influenced.
You are a total... Okay, that was the end of that. You are a total bitch. You know that? This girl is a bitch. I'm sorry. You turned him in just because you feel he ruined your experience. He's not the one that pulled your tampon out. He's not the one that said stick it in your Can you stick your fingers in my chocolate starfish or whatever? Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people? I love the word alpha gay. I know, Olaf. I know. That was the best comment ever. Wait, what in the Tana Mojo kind of story is this? Please tell me, guys, that my stories aren't this disgusting. Oh God, Axelot! Look at this bungholio. She tried to tell me what it was. Jesus Christ. Axelot looks so innocent in that picture. Oh God. You wouldn't think she even knew what that meant. I love her. Okay. Well, I love that. What in the Tana Mojo? Oh Jesus. Yeah, this is disgusting. You're right. Reporting someone to the IRS out of spite is wild because I just knew she was going to blame this guy for, ruining her experience. I saw it coming at the beginning. I just knew it. I knew it. All right, moving along to the next story. They're not this long, all of them, you know how this stupid app goes.
I'm going to spill the tea on some of the crazy stuff that happened this Coachella weekend that had me pretty shook. So one of the things was 3 people in our group had their phones stolen out of their pocket. And it all happened at Metro Boomin and Sahara tent. So if you are going to see Metro Boomin in the Sahara tent this
Who
weekend,
are these people?
I suggest make sure you keep your phone really close to you because literally they just got it stolen right out of their pocket. Professional thieves come to Coachella, buy a ticket just to steal things. So make sure you guys have your stuff secured. And also something that I never really paid attention to until now, it's really, really difficult to get an Uber. We already know this, but there's a lot of unauthorized vehicles that actually come to Coachella to try to make a quick buck. Also,
if it's cheaper than Uber,
stuff like sex trafficking. I'm not trying to scare you, but do not get into a car, however tempting it may be. There's going to be a bunch of like drivers lined up, and you might not be able to find your Uber, and they're going to be like, okay, whatever, $100 to get to point A to point B. Like you can get in my car really quickly and
I wouldn't do it by myself or with another female.
And
it would have to be an alpha gay, whatever the hell that is.
But we got into another car coming out of Senora. We were trying to get home and the Uber just was like taking forever because there was like a long line of cars. We ended up getting into this guy's car. He basically didn't even take the address before he gave us a quote because I was like, $50 is $50, okay? And he was just like, yeah, whatever, just get in the car, whatever. And he didn't speak English that well. When we got inside the car, my boyfriend was freaking the fuck out. He's like, why the fuck did we get into this car? And I was like, I mean, what's wrong? He's a driver. He's like, no, he's not an authorized driver. How do you know? And I was like, oh, shoot. And then he started acting really weird, which freaked me out. This freaked me out.
And Uber
so
isn't
much.
paid
So first of all,
that
he seemed really nervous. He didn't take down the address of the location we were going to. He was just like driving, which was a red flag. And then he was speaking Spanish really quickly on the phone, like answering phone call and like speaking really fast. Oh God,
speaking Spanish. Like, really... That's a red flag, guys. That's a red flag. Speaking Spanish has now become a major red flag. Okay? A lot of people will talk on the phone to somebody else that speaks their language in like as their first language, and they will talk like that. For all we know, he could have been talking to his mom, Now she's with her boyfriend. Okay, I wouldn't be like totally freaking out at this point. Now, if I was by myself, fuck yeah.
Weird, frantic energy. And then we were like,
weird, frantic energy. Tampon energy.
But like he had like broken English.
It's
and
a
then
red flag
he said,
to
I have a lot of kids at home to feed, unfortunate. And it was weird. It was weird the way the things he was saying. And then Matt was freaking out. He was freaking me out too because he was like, we need to get out of here. Tell him to pull over. And then I was like, you know what? It's fine. Like, what's wrong?
Exactly,
like, he has
Ola.
kids. He has a wife. Like, everything's fine. He's been here like 10 years in a row. He gave us a limousine card to make us feel better. All of a sudden, he pulls over to the side of the road. He goes, something's wrong with my tire. So my wife is right behind me and is gonna pick you up in another car. And we see a white vehicle approaching.
Oh shit.
I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? Matt's like, you're about to be sex trafficked. Like, I was like so scared.
That's what her boyfriend tells
her. The driver that we hired previously to get us out of the festival before, he was like the sweetest guy. He was like the funniest guy ever. He was like moving vehicles left and right to get us out. We loved him. His name was Steven. Steven, out of the blue, we're in the middle of nowhere. He pulls to the left of us in his vehicle. He goes, do you guys need help? Literally, as we are stepping outside.
Wow,
of the car,
that's weird.
Like,
fake.
I was like, what? This is a godsend moment. Like, this does not happen. Dude, we ran into that car. We ran into the car. Steven, please take us. And then we just booked it because I don't even want to know. We did not want to linger any longer to see what the hell is about to happen if we had stayed around. That is the worst and last mistake I will ever make. I honestly was traumatized after that for a few hours because I don't know if he would have just like ransomed us for more money, like, because we were like, wait, $50? Because everyone else was quoting us like 300, 500 just to go like 10 minutes. Steven, you are a freaking angel from heaven, even though he charged us $100 to go 9 minutes. Understand, but whatever. Like, you saved our lives. Make sure you're really careful, guys. Don't do what we did.
Yeah, you're right.
We spilled tea on some of the crazy stuff that happened this Coachella weekend.
Let me just go in here, take down that one. Look at that. Coachella used to sound fun back in the day. Not so much anymore. I totally agree, Punch Monkey. It sounds and looks like a freaking oh God. There's a video. Oh God, I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, I remember which one was before it. Because I have to. There's one on here and one in my next topic that I need to, mute for the music. But whatever. Okay. What the hell am I doing? Jill, come back to Earth. Why can't I? Who cares? All right.
Coachella, it literal hell. If you chose not to go, congrats, you officially avoided all this disasters. You didn't have to sit in car lines for 12 hours to get into the campgrounds and crap in the shrubs like feral animals. You didn't camp in 101-degree weather and have to wait hours in line every single day just to take like a 5-minute shower. You didn't have to crash in your tent after a full day on your feet just to get no sleep thanks to nonstop 4 a.m. music drops. You didn't have to suffer through overpriced food that somehow still doesn't taste that good, such as spending $60 on 2 burritos and 2 drinks, or $12 to $13 for an iced coffee. If you say you'd never camp,
$60, guys, $60. And I think that comes up again. $60, guys, for drinks that weren't even that big at all, okay? And 2 small, kind of small, like about McDonald's size breakfast burritos, okay? $60 for that. Well, damn, I say as I pack my stuff for a weekend too. I would cancel. I would absolutely cancel. Are these tickets non-refundable? It's not true. It's not true. I work every Coachella festival since 02 to 25, and it's always been fun. I make sure people are safe, and everyone had a blast. Yeah, that's why the whole internet is filled with horror stories. Okay, but you go, Robert Venegas, or whatever the hell your name is. You go. Everyone had a blast. Yes, you do have some heat, but it's the desert. Hello, stop blah. Oh my God. What a jackass. I can't. I can only take so much of these people.
At Coachella, better check if your bank account can handle a $2,000 a night Airbnb. Yeah, there's one more way to get in, but I'm not sure you'd be down for that. This is the side of Coachella that nobody talks about. Some men are getting mansions, all the hoses popping out, and they're like horny rabbits that weekend. Like all y'all see on social media is your favorite influencers and all that, and brands turning up at the festival. But let's not forget one thing, they're rich enough to pull it off. If you couldn't afford Coachella or skipped it this year, hopefully all of this makes you feel a little lucky. Coachella, it literal hell.
Yeah,
if you chose not to go,
crazy.
Congrats, you officially avoided all.
You can't. It makes me sick that, of course, like that OF girl with the lip that was bigger than her head. It makes me sick. Jill, have you heard anything about the whole hidden true crime drama? The whole hidden true crime drama. If not, you should look into it. I think you might find it interesting. What do you mean hidden true crime drama? Like, explain that. Like, what do I do? Just look hidden true crime? Okay, hidden true crime is, oh, it's a channel. Is a YouTube channel. Okay. Write that down because I love that shit. Okay. What the damn pen? Hate that pen. And of course somebody got me the wrong paper, mate. I like the gel. It needs to glide across the paper. Glide. Do you understand, people? It can't just write. All right, that's school shit. All right. Hidden true crime channel. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, Lauren is gonna make you scream. Oh God, Lord. Okay. All right. All right, let's start.
Coachella's a lie. And I'm telling you this as an influencer that's gone to Coachella for the past 9 years in a row. Let me break down what Coachella is actually like. It's like the Hunger Games for thirsty influencers. Most of the influencers that go to Coachella don't even actually go to the festival. If they do go to Coachella, it's usually they go there to get photos and then they leave. Or maybe get one story that's like, oh my God, Lady Gaga, I love you. And then they leave. That's it. And then it becomes this whole thing of what parties are you going to? I'm going to Revolve. I'm going to Neon Carnival. Well, did you get into Pooch? Are you going to 818?
I don't even know what the hell they're talking
aren't even going to be there. Well, what if they show up? You're going to miss out. Oh my God, well, can you get me on the list? No, it's full. Okay, guys, we can't go to the festival at all today. I got to go to Celsius, then to Revolve, then to Pooch, then to 818 so I can try to get in a pizza slime. Make it make sense. Even if you wanted to see the headliners, you have to leave an hour before the show ends.
These headliners?
Traffic and a line and whatever, and then you might not get in a Neon Carnival on time and all that just to party with the same people that we party with in LA every single week. Look, at the end of the day, I love Coachella. I love the parties. I just see a lot of people posting FOMO posts, feeling bad that they can't be there. They didn't get on the list for something. All I'm saying is you only see the good moments. You don't see the thirst. You don't see the stress. I'm chilling out in the mountains this time. I hope everyone has an amazing time at Coachella, and I'll see y'all next year.
Oh, down. There's music here, guys, so it's just music. Not to take sunscreen to... Why would they take sunscreen? They take it? Why the fuck would they think? Hey, I like that one, the 7-day ultra sheer. I use that. That's a good one. I got it, buy one get one 50% off. But why do they take this stuff? A little bag of Cheez-Its? Why? I need to know why they take the sunscreen. Banana boat, I think I saw. I'm not positive. Okay, that's it. Jill's going to have to do some looking. Correction. No aerosol bottles. Oh, but look, that one's not aerosol, is it? I don't think so. Now, I know that one is because I use it. But this one, I don't know. But see, these are things that they should put. And why? What about the snacks? Why are the snacks taken? A little tiny bag of Cheez-Its, you're gonna, that's where I would say put it down your pants. But if you're wearing, see-through mesh with strings hanging out of your coochie, you're not gonna have room for the, Cheez-Its. Okay. Hey guys, you can totally bring non-aerosol. Oh, thanks, Jess. Here's your reminder not to go at all. I like that one best. Okay, let's go. Okay, hold on.
This year, musty and a mess. Coachella this year flopped and people are regretting buying the tickets. From overpriced food, $64 for a burrito and a drink.
And I just spent $64 on this juice and 2 breakfast burritos.
To waiting in line for several hours just to be able to use uncomfortable showers in 90 degrees weather conditions.
Oh God,
we waited about like an hour and 10 minutes to get in. So definitely get there early or on time.
My God, I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving.
Here's the thing. Did you guys notice something? Did you guys notice that at when the girl showed the drink that cost her probably her house, did you notice that it was like it had some ice, but it had like fruit and whatever in it? That takes up room. So you're actually getting less beverage. Do you know what I mean? These people are out in the desert. If this festival was not right there, you would be in like pretty much the middle of nowhere, kind of. You know what I'm saying? These people are thirsty. They're hot. They are dehydrating, and you're filling their damn drinks up with let me tell you something. I would track your ass down. I would be writing. I would, trust me, I'd find you, vendor, after the fact, and it wouldn't be pretty, okay? I don't like the use of real fur. So when I was younger, what'd I do? I ran into the fur stores with a friend and spray painted all their furs and ran the fuck out and did get away, thank God, because my parents would have killed me if they had to pay for the coats. But the point is, yeah. And this guy says you should try a UK festival. It's survival. When you're younger, no big deal. It's an experience. Now that you're older, you have expectations. Thank you, Eduardo. Oh, this is an older one. I see. This is the problem. Here's the problem. I had put in for the 2025s only. And something happened. I had everything set up last night. So let's see.
People are asking what happened with Grimes at Coachella. So for all the non-DJs, I'm going to explain this for you.
Okay, we don't need this.
I love Coachella. Don't get me wrong. I've been going since like 20.
Reasons to never go to Coachella.
I don't know who needs to hear this,
we don't
but if you are on
reasons to never go to Coachella. One, it's super expensive. I'm not just talking about the ticket, which will run you upwards of $2,000 for a VIP. Food is ridiculously overpriced. For example, this girl paid $64 for 2 burritos and 2 iced coffees.
Just so you all know, the 2 coffees and these 2 burritos that are actually pretty good cost us $64.
Next, it's just uncomfortable. Most people that do Coachella go camping because Airbnbs and hotels quadruple their prices for the weekend. However, the camping experience looks miserable. People don't sleep at all considering other people are playing music throughout the entire night. Not to mention the shower situation is pretty gross. I mean, you'll have to wait in line for about 3 hours just to take one.
Oh my God! I'm never leaving! I'm never leaving! I'm in this shit forever!
For some reason, the crowd at Coachella is always super dead despite how many people there are. You're gonna end up looking at the big screen the entire time to see your favorite artist unless you get there at least 5 hours ahead of time. Basically, unless you're famous or rich, Coachella is not fun. Reasons to never go to Coachella. 1, it's super expensive. I'm not just talking about the ticket, which will run you upwards of $2,000 for a VIP. Food is ridiculously overpriced. For example, this girl paid $64 for 2 burritos and 2 iced coffees.
Just so you all know, the 2 coffees and these 2 burritos that are actually pretty good cost us $64.
Next, it's just uncomfortable. Most people that do Coachella go camping because Airbnbs and hotels quadruple their prices for the weekend. However, the camping experience looks miserable. People don't sleep at all considering other people are playing music throughout the entire night. Not to mention the shower situation is pretty gross. I mean, you'll have to wait in line for about 3 hours just to take one.
Oh my God! I'm never leaving! I'm never leaving! I'm in this shit for...
Okay, so let me do this for a second. All right, done with that one. Now I want to see this because I did find it on here last night and had it all set up, but for some reason I don't know where it went, but it grew legs and fucking walked away. All right, hold on a second. All right. Now, okay, so this is how it worked in, okay, I don't care about the TikTok shop. Here we go. So, okay, you can use a buy now, pay later service like Klarna to purchase Coachella tickets from the official vendor if they are on sale. Or you can use official payment plans directly by Coachella for orders. Now, mind you, this is not Klarna. This is Coachella doing what they do. Like, this is them doing it. Why isn't this up on the damn thing? Because Jill didn't do it, right? Jill never does anything. Wrong button, Jill. Oh, I pressed that and then never pressed. Oh, Jill, you really are something. No. Oh, for God's sakes, help me. My computer's had it with me, I think, too. Well, removing. Do. Share screen. And right here. And bam. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Now, the prices are absolutely through the roof. Okay. They're not cheap. Now, there's like 3 packages that I know of. All right. And so you can use services like Klarna and all that. Guys, I am so anti-Klarna. Now, if you're in an emergency, Klarna, PayPal, all that. If I have that PayPal credit, so I'll only use it. It used to be $99, but now it's like $149. If you spend $149 and you pay it off within 6 months, you don't have to pay any interest, which is, perfect. I've never, screwed that up. But the point is, Klarna and them, is ridiculous because not for everybody, but for people who are over consuming, buying every damn thing they see on, ain't no way I'm going into debt for a damn concert. I feel you. Oh, but you get the experience. I felt so fortunate to have the experience of going to see the Grateful Dead. And I'm very glad I did, because by the time I was old enough to go without my parents saying, okay, Jerry had passed. Now, I know they still tour, but come on, guys. Grateful Dead without Jerry? I mean, really? Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you guys something. You guys know I'm always open with you. So you know how I'm in recovery, right? I wanted my life back so bad. It took my life so fucking fast, guys. I mean, I blinked and I was a full on, how do I say it on here? Addict. Okay. So I was full blown within a couple of weeks. All right. So, literally, and I missed my life. I thought I could get my old life back. It took me many years to understand that it doesn't work like that. You cannot control it, So I remember I went to my parents and said that I needed help. I finally told them I have a problem. And of course, my mother was crying. My dad's a fixer, so he wanted to fix the problem. But it took him some education to learn that I have to fix it, right? So I had very good insurance through my job, like really good. That I've never seen this before in my life, where an insurance company is reaching out to you to get you to try to go get some help. That blew me away, okay? But they did. So they were going to send a van down by the city to pick me up and take me upstate to a place. I then proceeded to fling myself onto. If I don't laugh, I'll cry, okay? I flung myself onto the refrigerator and started screaming some crap about. I'm grasping at straws now because I don't want to go, I'm scared. I'm everything else, like everything. And the truth is, I so didn't understand that it kind of almost wasn't worth it. Let that bed go to somebody who just might have made it. I don't think I was truly ready, because I thought I could get my life back and I was going to be the same Jill that I was, and I wasn't. That wasn't going to happen. But I'm screaming, but Jerry Garcia died in detox. And my parents just looked at me. And later, my sibling, the one who is leaving me to die, won't even get tested. That one, because I only had one. So she proceeds to tell me that was the stupidest thing she ever heard me say, and that I've said a lot of stupid shit in my life. And then I said, well, okay, except for the time I said I'm going to run myself over with the car. And she said, how are you going to do that? And then I had to really think about it. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that little story in there, but anyway, it came from experiences. I lived really close to where the Dead was playing. And the first night we were going with people, because they were playing 3 nights. I saw the first night and I saw the third night, but I went the second night for the party in the parking lot. That's where a lot of the shit goes down. So we met some people. There was always a bunch of deadheads walking to the Coliseum and stuff, and we picked them up and let them go in the back of the pickup truck that my friend's boyfriend was driving. And it was the best time of my life, except this Coliseum is round. And speaking of, the leaf that I was talking about before, if you, I was okay. I was inebriated on some beers. That's all I did. Drank some beers. I was deciding to squat and pee behind these bushes. Now, what you don't realize when you're not in your right mind is that since the place is round, you're really just sticking your ass up in the air for the other side to look at. I mean, it was it was just fantastic. And then a cop on a horse came up to me and said, "Ma'am, are you all right? Would you like me to take you home?" And I'm thinking, on the horse? Oh my God. Oh, Jill. What to do with me? Okay. Having my eldest son at 18 settled my ass right down. 2 jobs, bought a house at 19. Oh, I'm so jealous of him already. Does he have a girlfriend? If I didn't have kids, I'd be lucky to be alive today. I hear you, Axelot. I do. Thought you were gonna, oh my God, wait. Thought you were gonna say a van by the river. Loving it. Oh God. Okay, back to this. All right. So these people are totally like ripping you off. All right. Now, Coachella, they were okay. Option 1, use Klarna. All right. Now, let's see what would happen here. Klarna allows you to pay for your purchase using a buy now, pay later plan. Select the Klarna option to split the total cost into smaller, manageable payments. Now, you notice here that this AI overview, which, by the way, I do not care for, they're wrong a lot, seriously, and they're just, yeah, no, I want my regular Google back. Really? Okay. Option 2, what the hell am I doing? Option 2, use the official Coachella payment plan. If the tickets are purchased directly through the official Coachella website, and there's like 3 different levels, okay? This is where I get pissed off. They are so beyond. I mean, we all know these music festivals take advantage, but come on. You're already charging 60 because they outsource the vendors. So the vendors their prices are not by Coachella or the company, the management that puts out Coachella. What they are is they outsource them to save themselves money, and really the cost trickles to us, or the fools that go. All right. Or the people that think it's going to be cool, like Miss Batty with the big lip. All right. So, these plans are typically available for orders over a certain amount and allow you to split the costs into equal payments on Coachella's website. Check the Coachella website for details on their plan. I was reading the under thing. Options and availability. Now let's dive deeper into stupid AI. Oh, look, it's thinking. Oh, God. Okay. Official Coachella payment plans. Over 60% of 2025 attendees used this method. Think about that. Over 60% used it. The use of buy now, pay later services like Afterpay, Klarna, etc., is a significant financial trend, especially among Gen Z and millennials, for both everyday items and a large and large expenses like festival tickets. I'm sorry if I ever had to use one of those, and I keep it so I kind of don't, but if I did, I would definitely not be using it for a fucking music festival. All right. There is much discussion on TikTok about the use and risks of these services for affording a quote unquote Coachella lifestyles or tickets in general, So, okay. Let's see. 60% of those people there, I remember seeing a really ridiculous, okay. I just got to make sure, there's no music. Oh, wait.
To begin, the question needs to be asked. How much more?
Oh, sorry, guys.
Now that Coachella is officially over and music festival season is about to begin, the question needs to be asked. How much more in debt are you willing to go to see your favorite artists play at a music festival? According to Billboard, over 60% of
what does she mean about to begin? We're going into winter.
Used pay later apps to help fund their way into the festival. Now, it's no secret that
why
Coachella
didn't Big
and
Lips
music festival life is pretty expensive. 3-day general admission tickets to Coachella cost $650.
That's the
and
cheapest.
That does not include costs like lodging, transportation, food, and buying festival outfits.
Food costs more.
That all adds up. And Coachella isn't the only festival that uses
tampons.
The
It doesn't cover the tampons.
Model. Festivals like Lollapalooza, Electric
I
Daisy
used
Carnival,
to go there.
and Rolling Loud have also presented that as an option for music festival goers.
Disgusting.
It is obviously no secret that concerts and live music is only going to get more and more expensive, but the issue of people willing to give up a lot of their savings to attend these music festivals raises the question around who is Coachella and music festivals actually for these days. I attended Lollapalooza myself back in 2023, and I will say that that was not cheap. But me and my cousins tried to save on costs by carpooling to Chicago, buying our own groceries to make our own meals. We also opted to only go to 2 days of the festival, and I spent the rest of the weekend pretty much doing free things around the city. And we also scored last-minute tickets to the Rose after show, which was
like to
about
go on that.
$50 each. Personally, I think that a music festival is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but it's mostly only worth it if there are multiple artists within the lineup that you are willing to see. And if you don't really care about being there in the moment for the vibes, a lot of the performances at festivals are also being live streamed online.
Where, guess
As we all know, these are financially tough
You
times,
get to sit
so
on your
it's crazy to
comfy
think
couch
that people
with a
are willing
blankie
to
and
give up
air
a lot
conditioning
of
and
money
watch.
just to have their YOLO moments at a music festival. I know that many of us only live once. It took me until my early 30s to go to a music festival for the first time. And I will say that these events are always going to be happening every year. So you will not lose the chance to attend an event like this.
Save up.
If you give yourself a little bit more time to save up your finances and get your money in order. Now that Coachella is officially over and music...
Yeah, save up. Do not go into debt to see some artists that hardly anybody has ever heard of. And again, they don't cover tampons. Okay? And so why in the God's earth, I'm still stuck on a mesh sheer outfit. You're running around with a string hanging out your cooch. I mean, what in the God's name are we doing here? Have these stupid I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not everybody on TikTok is a fucking ass, but these wannabe influencers, OF people, come on, guys. They all look the same. I think I even covered something like that. Why does everyone look exactly the same hairstyle, the same fillers? I mean, by the time you're done filling your lips, if they don't pop, they're going to sag down to your cooch. Okay, because the skin is going to be so stretched out if you stop getting them. Next thing you know, oh, those are just my other lips. Let me pull them up. I mean, what in God's name? Oh, Jesus, help me. Oh, take the wheel.
I keep seeing these articles that are like 60% of young people finance their Coachella ticket. It's like, I literally once financed a bottle of body wash. I paid it off in 4 installments. What?
You bought it took you 4 installments to pay off a bottle of body wash. Now, this is what I want to know. Were you desperate for like, this is a serious question. Somebody said, girl, oh my God, what? Somebody's name is Hag. I love that. I used to use that all the time. You guys know it. Oh yeah, Anonymous. Oh yeah. There's the strings hanging. Woohoo. Okay, so it's called self-important. She should get the other ones injected too, right? Okay, so the thing here is, okay, this is like the last one on this, but the thing is, I can understand doing something like that if you don't have credit cards, okay, and you don't have soap in the house, like you're literally out of a body wash. But why do I have this feeling that she did? Because you do not have to go and buy a body wash. You could go to Family Dollar, Dollar General, and buy a bar soap of. Tell me why everybody, by the way, on TikToks is using the clock app. Sorry, the clock app. I can't. The words we're not allowed to say makes me feel like such a jack. But you know what? Who cares? I'm not going to get any AdSense. So anyway, it's pretty much all right. Anyway, so you could go and get yourself a bunch of bar soap. Dove makes an excellent bar soap. I use it to. I know it sounds silly, but I use it either for my hands, but right now somebody had gifted me a while ago, and it's huge. A Chanel number 5 hand soap. It doesn't smell like the perfume. So if you don't like the perfume, do not think you're not going to like the soap. It's lovely. It makes your hands feel so lovely, not too soft, not dried. Okay. Point being, though, you can do things a lot cheaper. Why do I think that this was a crumble cookie Dove collab? Something ridiculous. Remember when you misheard and got yourself banned from Grindr? Get the hell out of here. Because you thought the young people would gravitate. Oh my God. You're just a psycho. I love it. Okay, let's hear what Miss Girl needed. With a freaking, I'm sure this girl could have found $1 or $2, and went to Dollar General and bought a bar of soap if she had to. Okay? Why are you putting yourself in debt for a body wash? Why do I just know what body wash it's going to be? Let's see.
What are you trying to tell me? I don't know. Okay? This isn't breaking news to me. I've been on the front lines of this story for quite some time. I keep seeing these articles that are like 60% of young people finance their Coachella ticket. It's like I literally once financed a bottle of body wash.
Tell us which
I
one.
paid it off in 4 installments.
4 installments?
What? What are you trying to tell me? I don't know. Okay? This isn't breaking news to me. I've been on the front lines of this story for quite some time. I keep seeing these articles that are like 60%.
Shut up,
Coachella just announced their 2026 advance sale starting Friday, May 2nd for only $49 down and the rest split in monthly payments up until December. Y'all, this is probably the most convenient and affordable way to do Coachella. Last year, we put $49 down and then broke it evenly in 6 monthly payments from June all the way to December. I already know I'm going to go, so I'm going to lock in and get the pre-sale. But if you guys didn't go this year, let me know if y'all trying to go next year. Stay tuned for more festival tips and tricks. Coachella just announced their 20...
How much did you pay for Coachella this year?
Well, I'm a local, so I only paid for the ticket. So I paid retail $600, and that's about it. Everything was from all the.
How much were the outfits?
Well, that's pretty cool. I guess he could go home, whatever. But because that's what the hell I would do. All right. So let's get the hell on out of this. And we're going to move on to another topic. We're going to talk about something that really pisses me off. And then I'll do something, to give us a laugh if we need one after. All right. All right. So let me restart my goal. Okay. It's only, no, like I said, it's only one. You don't need two, even though I said, right. Native. Is it native? That's the other one. The native. Why would you? Oh God. You're right, Anonymous. You're right. That's the other one. It could have been native. Jill Bitter Pills. Can we call this section Jill's Bitter Pills? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. So now here we go. Well, wait, before I even bring it up. How many of you were pissed off, upset, couldn't believe it? If you go back in time, hit the rewind button. And how many of you were beyond pissed off? This is, what really pisses Jill off. This is the what grinds my gears section, okay? And now it's time for Jill's piss off. All right. So hit the rewind button. Go back in time. Now, during this time, I probably didn't even know that it was actually happening until like a little bit after, just a little bit. And it was because I saw it on somebody's TV and my life was really, really bad. And then it was also a year where I was trying to get better, and so I wasn't around television, okay? I was literally passing out from exhaustion by the end of the night, all right? So anyway, Casey Anthony, when she walked out, by the time the trial was around, I was hip to the case. So I literally got sick when she, is it really that good, Native? Oh, you're one of them. You're a follower. You're a Bo Peep sheep. How to say it. When that bitch walked out of that courtroom, I was absolutely disgusted. In Florida, too, of all places. Hello. Okay. Now, I think this girl is a psychopath. I don't think she has feelings. And I think she sat on that stand and lied through her mother well, no, she didn't sit on the stand. I mean, she lied to the police through her motherfucking ass, okay? She lied to her family. Her kid is gone for 31 days. And most of the time, she was also living out partying, gone for days, all this shit. The mother could never get the grandchild, on the telephone when she was supposedly with her mother, Casey Anthony. So the daughter, Kaylee Anthony, the toddler, hadn't been seen. So the mother says to her daughter, "Hey, Casey, where is where is she? Oh, she's with the babysitter. Don't worry." The mom knew something wasn't right, and then she smelled her daughter's car. And it smelled, quote, this is the mother's quote to 911. "It smells like something died in here." Okay? Now, this bitch drove around. Whether you want to believe that it could have been an accident, it could have been this, it could have been that, and that was the problem. They couldn't say what actually was the COD, the cause of. And this one gets me. This little girl was such a cherub, just. So this bitch then tells, oh, here, there, everywhere, has them on her wild goose chase. And she tells where she found, first of all, that bullshit that she did with that peacock video. Let me say this. She was being like her assets, like an audit thing, because I don't remember why she was getting an audit. I should have went into that, but yeah, exactly. Fernette, she was there's pictures of her. Her daughter is supposedly just missing. She doesn't, even if you didn't do anything to her, even if you don't know, she's missing, and you're at a party in a croupier or whatever, costume, all these party. That's all she ever wanted to do. My heart broke the day that girl walked out, because even her lawyer was fighting just to save her life. So what they were trying to do there was only make it so that it wasn't premeditated. Okay. And the problem is that she walked out. Her mother tried lying and saying that she looked something up on the computer, but it's proven her mother was at work. So who was there to use the house computer? There was nobody else, apparently, when they, looked into it. So she walks out. That ridiculous peacock thing, that was the worst. I highly recommend watching. It's the older one on Casey Anthony from Swoop on her regular channel, just regular Swoop, not Swoop 2, but Swoop, where she has the blue hair. Okay. Watch that documentary. Okay. If you haven't yet, watch it. All right. I watched it a long time ago, but it was very good. Okay, so exactly, Axelot, exactly. She lied so that her daughter, because it's still her daughter, no matter what she did. I also think that she doesn't have feelings. I think she's a sociopath. I really do. I think she mimics, That's how you're supposed to look when you're upset. So I'm going to look upset. Now, we're going to jump into something here because she decided, if you haven't heard, to put herself on TikTok. Oh, the clock app. The clock app. God help me. And it's sickening. God, she makes me so sick. All right. She's going to make money off of it. So when they did, let me just say this. When they did the auditing of like her assets, they got her asset of her story. She knew her story was worth more than $10,000 and she was going to get it. So they put it at 10 grand. She went and borrowed 10 grand from somebody. I don't know who she's so disgusting. Who would give her anything? So she gets the 10 grand and then the peacock thing. And she made so much more. So now this girl unalives, in my opinion, allegedly being found not guilty is not the same as being found innocent. Let's all remember that. All right. In my opinion, and allegedly unalived her daughter and walked out of a courtroom and into a bunch of money eventually. Wow. What a country. What a country we live in. And the truth is, I'm not one of those people that are always yelling, oh, white privilege and all that. But in this case, I'm going to say white privilege and pretty privilege. Not that I really think she's that pretty, but okay. Also, I think she's had some work done because she looks pretty much exactly the same as she did then. Okay. So there's no way you go that many years without, changing. Okay. All right, Jill. Brace yourself. Don't go flying off the handle into, craziness. Too late. Already did it. Oh, Jesus.
Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first probably
FYI, what you didn't hear was at the very, very beginning, she says, I'm going to sweat to death or something like that out there. And I'm thinking, like your baby did while she in the heat. Bitch.
Recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And
honey, being on trial does not constitute being in the legal field. You were on trial. Okay? And then maybe somebody gave you a job, maybe the law office that represented you, because who was going to hire you? Who? Tell me. God, I hate this bitch. I do.
And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony.
No sense.
My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity.
Oh my God.
Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity.
What the hell are you even talking about, you fucking lunatic? I will speak in a professional capacity. As a professional what? As a professional what? What are you a professional in that we should all speak of? And I'm a professional advocate. What are you, Kim Kardashian? At least, and I can't stand her, but at least she is getting the education and going to take the bar. I'm sure she'll pass no matter what, whether she fails or not. But it'll never get out there that she fails. But moving along, as what? What are you? A professional? I need to know. I need to know. Because I think you're a fucking psychotic. You have no empathy. And you don't care. Your daughter was gone. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's pretend. Let's play pretend. You didn't have anything to do with it. Okay. You actually went partying for 31 days. Until your mother made you call 911. And she called. Because you couldn't be trusted. You're a psychotic bitch.
To give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to.
That's right,
so with
Frenette.
That, please join me on Substack.
Legal
If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened. And it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this,
she's going to be on Subtrack.
There are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things
Why
occur.
Recently?
And when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community,
she makes no sense,
women's
guys.
rights, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as...
How, I ask, was this platform thrust upon her? Thrusted on her? Please explain. Explain, but she never will. She never does. She talks in circles. It's all a big salad, all right? A salad of bullshit. It's a bullshit salad, okay? Let's go.
A blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008. With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not going to be short. But I am proverbially standing in the light, embracing this piece.
Go fuck yourself.
Still going to keep my privacy intact, so you will get very comfortable with my car. And
honey, people know
I will
where you
explain
are.
in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy.
You moved with that
It's
guy,
not just
then you
important
got
to
bored
public
of
figures,
him.
it's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that and
because everybody hates you,
showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize moving forward.
What?
I sweat to death. Okay.
I'm gonna sweat to death. You're gonna get hammered today. So the thing is, she makes me so sick, guys. I just can't. It's hard to, okay. My heart goes out to your parents. They deserve better. And here this one woman says, oh my God, that's almost like my Frenette. Yeah, how about the toddler rights? Oh my, you've got to face God on Judgment Day. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see what happens then. You're disgusting. You know what you did. And I do remember one thing around her trial time. Her father and the lawyer and everybody had a conversation because she was going to use the defense without taking the stand, that because nobody would like her. She's not likable, okay? Would take the stand and like accuse the father of doing disgusting things to her, disgusting things to her daughter. Now, question, why, if you're an adult now, you're a mother now, well, not anymore, but when you were, the thing is, you're supposed to protect your child. So the first thing is, if your father did that to you, why in the hell are you bringing your daughter around your father and leaving her, there? Just please tell me, because it's either, if it happened, you either didn't care and wanted to go to the clubs, or you just it never happened, because no mother in their right mind wouldn't protect their child from this. It was the walk in the closet with a hammer to the, yeah, you got that right, Mona. You got that right. Hey, Potato, how are you, honey? I'm sorry I'm not seeing you guys come in right when you do. I have to have this one screen full, but otherwise I won't be able to change them as easy. But yeah, I'm trying to look at the YouTube thing, so I'm not seeing it right away. I am looking up. I apologize. But it's good to see you, Potato, 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 Potato. Okay. So let's roll on. Yeah, so she moved. So she's turning this into a money grab, guys. She's got at last 600 paying Subtract people that are paying. Then you can just subscribe, but you're not going to get like certain perks of hers, which I don't know. Honey, go make an OF. Go make yourself an OF account, because I know that's coming. We all know that's coming, guys. Am I right? Am I right? She's going to Coachella next year with a tampon string hanging down on her. Oh, yeah. All right. Potato, if you didn't get that, it's from the beginning. I'm not completely bonkers. All right.
This year, 2025, Miss Casey joined TikTok. We all saw it. I guess she started a Substack too, to
I don't like
reintroduce
that
herself.
Creepy.
But this time as a legal advocate. Listen, she said one of the main reasons that she was doing this was to help give a voice to the people in need, the ones who couldn't speak up for themselves.
Like your daughter?
Advocate for them. She said, quote, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me.
Yeah, what does that
and
mean?
Now look at it as a blessing, as opposed to the curse that it's been since 2008, end quote. Now you best believe my ass was in the comment section. Oh, when I saw that TikTok, I was like, listen here. Listen,
the thing is,
you're not needed here. I may have participated in a little bit of trolling. I apologize.
The problem is, though, that yes, people want to speak their minds. Somebody wrote, I support any and all trolling of Casey Anthony. But the thing is, I love her. Murder, mystery, and makeup. I love all three. So, if you get my drift, I love all three. Get it? Okay. Hope you do. All right. Okay. Somebody said, I like this. I love that the country can't agree on anything, but we can agree, but we can agree we all hate Casey Anthony. What makes me sick, though, is that, yes, people want to come after her. Like, people want to leave comments, is what I'm saying, But the problem is that the comments that you leave under her shit, she's getting engagement. She's getting it. Come on. That went viral, So yeah, she's on Substack making money. Unreal.
So this interview was really like the first time she had sat down to tell her side of the story. And most people were prepared to take like everything she said with a grain of salt.
I don't even take
I don't
it
know.
with
There was
that.
a lot of people DMing me saying like, Bailey, I think she might be innocent. And I was like, I was judging. You're allowed to have your opinion though. Anyways, but so in this little like docu-series, Casey doubled down on her sexual abuse allegations, saying that her dad and her brother abused her.
Oh, for God's sakes. Now they both did. Okay, so check this. She had the conversation. I'm sorry, I got distracted, I think, with potato. The conversation went like this. Look, she's going to use that as a defense. Now, this is their daughter. They do not want, they thought, excuse me, let me rephrase. They thought, like everybody else, that she was going to do like life in prison, 25 years in prison, something like that. Even though maybe less because they don't know, like I said, the cause. Okay. But he specifically said that if she says that anywhere else, he was going to sue her. And I think that you should see the way. I think she's mad at her parents just because they told on her. I mean, everybody knew you had a kid. Why didn't you know what? I have a feeling this girl didn't even know who the father was of her child. That's the kind of skankarama she was, okay? But that's my opinion, allegedly, because the girl made a video about her, and you'll get to it. But yeah, she went into sue mode, but they knew each other, okay? And the girl did tell her she did it.
I was the correctional officer that worked at the Orange County Jail, where Casey Anthony was housed. I was the first correctional officer to receive her. They told me she was high profile. They just brought her in. They sat her down at the table. She tried to cross her legs, but she couldn't because of the shackles. And she looked at me with a blank stare.
She's nuts.
She waited until I was done with my paperwork. And then I unshackled her. I took her cuffs off and I gave her her stuff. She went in her room and she sat down and didn't say a word.
In the interest of safety, Sylvia makes a habit of researching every inmate that comes in. That includes both Casey Anthony and Robin Adams.
Hey, I know that
Every
voice.
inmate that comes into my dorm to see what I'm working with. Casey Anthony, I didn't even know who she was. I thought she was just a regular inmate until I looked her up.
Sylvia discovers that Casey Anthony
She used
still
to be
just
on
a
Law and
suspect
Order.
in her daughter's disappearance,
And
lying to
Lifetime
investigators when questioned, sending them on a wild goose chase that ends nowhere.
She lied to the cops. She lied to her parents. I was like, this beautiful girl, how can she, kill her own daughter? Robin stood out to me because when she came in, she was a hot mess with her head down, crying. You couldn't really see her eyes.
I don't know who
That's how
this
swollen
girl
her eyes
is,
were.
but
And
I don't
without
think
even
it matters.
looking
I don't
her
care
up,
who
without
Robin
even
was.
knowing her, I had this feeling like she shouldn't be there.
This one officer was different. Nothing like the other guards or officers. She was very encouraging. and let
Why
you
is
know
this
that
on
she
here?
cared about you as an individual, not just an inmate.
I am not God to judge. If you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. And Robin Adams never disrespected me.
Three
Who
women
is
brought
Robin
together by
Adams?
fate to a place sealed off from the outside world, where secrets begin to emerge.
That, you know who that was, guys?
I was the correctional officer
That was the one that was on the regular Law and Order, and you know she has the long dark hair. She played one of like the assistant ADAs, you know, like to the, you know, one of whoever. Okay. But if you listened to the voice, you could probably remember it. She wasn't it said in court? She tells you all you need to know about her. Oh yeah, I know she didn't take the. Oh my God, you are sick, Mona. Just sick. She didn't take the stand. That tells you all you need. Yeah, it does, Fernette. It does. She's a. Thank you, Angie Harmon. Thank you, Fernette. I just could not think of it. It was driving me crazy. I didn't catch it the first time, but I caught it now. Okay.
So as of yesterday, my gag order for Casey Anthony in my case was lifted. So now I can talk to you a little bit about it. If you don't remember, I had litigation with Casey Anthony for the past 6 months. She sued me civilly for making a video about her that went incredibly viral, where I say, I know you did it. She told me she did it. She told me on this day, and so on and so forth. The way that her attorneys brought this up, if you're asking if I saw Casey Anthony, I saw her like this because she's sitting in the Zoom and you can only see part of her body and her bob. She's got really weird mousy voice. Her attorney is a shark. If I'd want an attorney, that's who an attorney that I would love to have. He did a good job representing her, but they made a statement that my video solely was the reason why an employer that was going to offer her a full-time position of salary of like $8,000 a month to be a photographer, like a farm photographer or something, denied her employment solely due to my video. And that's the damage that they were trying to recoup, is potential employment damages, because she planned on being at that employment for years and decades to come. So they calculated what potentially losses she has. Okay. So today, yesterday on Friday was the first day that I heard the judge lifting the gag order, and now we can talk about it because her attorney requested the gag order because he's like, she's going to make videos on social media and we don't want this to be spread around. And so the judge told me I cannot make any videos about this until he lifts the gag order, which he did yesterday. So now I can say a couple of things about it. I'm getting ready for work, but I will do a part 2 of exactly what happened tomorrow. So as of yesterday, my gag order for Casey Anthony in my case was...
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, she asked the question.
This is all music. Okay.
Hopped online and made this TikTok about how she's becoming a legal advocate for those who need it most, especially her daughter, who was tragically... I know what you're thinking. So, well, there's something I forgot to tell you. She's the one who, her daughter, allegedly, and that's a big allegedly, because she was found not guilty on the charges. Now, this is regarded as one of the most controversial cases in American history, and you'll see why in a moment. See, Casey Anthony had a problem. One day, her daughter, Kaylee Anthony, went missing. Casey's mom, Cindy, remember those names, asked her, hey, where's your daughter? Now, Casey's mom, Cindy, asked this because they all live in the same house. So Cindy's like, yo, I have not seen my granddaughter, Kaylee, around. Casey said, no big deal, mom. Kaylee's just with the babysitter. The mom says, okay, fine. Well, then a month passes. The mom says, excuse me, Casey, now this whole time, Casey been going to parties, going out, having a good time. Casey says, what, mom? The mom says, oh, no. The mom immediately calls the police. The police come over, ask the same thing. They said, Casey, where's your daughter? Casey says, oh, no, she with the babysitter. She tells the police that the babysitter must have taken her daughter. Police say, okay, where's the babysitter? Now, here's what you got to understand. Casey, in her own words, is a liar, but not your ordinary type of liar, a pathological liar, and you'll see the difference in a moment. She tells the police, fine, let's go to the babysitter's house. They go over to the address that Casey gives them. Nobody was living at that house.
Oh my God.
They said, Casey, nobody's living in this house. Casey says, what? Are you for real? Just straight lying. The police at this point, obviously suspicious. They tell her, have you told anyone that your daughter's missing? She says, yeah. I told my coworkers. They tell her, okay, where are your coworkers? She said, oh, my coworkers are at Universal Studios where I work.
Oh my
They say, okay,
Lord, have
let's go.
mercy.
She says, go where? They say, girl, what do you think this is? We're talking about a missing girl. Take us to where you work, Universal Studios.
I
She says,
remember she
"Okay,
took her
let's go."
there and then
So the police
just
and Casey Anthony go to Universal Studios. She walks in, start waving at people. She's actually doing it. She's actually waving at people. The police look at who she's waving at. Everyone's like kind of waving back a little bit. They're like, Casey, do you work here or not? Casey says, I used to like 3 years ago. And
Oh
that
my
poses a problem,
God.
right? Because Casey's daughter was missing 30 days ago.
Oh my
So she
Jesus.
didn't tell no coworkers at Universal Studio. The police say, come on. They lock Casey up. But at this point, nobody, her daughter, Kaylee is. Now, don't you think, how could Casey possibly get away with this? Well, hold on. We finna get to that. See, to understand
Get
how
away
Casey
with
got
it.
away with it, allegedly, we have to look at her family. They hop on television as soon as Casey gets arrested. They're saying they still believe their daughter, Kaylee, is out there somewhere. Now, they have a family spokesperson
their
with them, a
granddaughter.
person that makes them look good in the media and all that. He quits. He says, some ain't right with not just Casey, with a whole family. Let's get
Wow.
into it. As we start diving deeper into the story, I want you to remember two things. One, the Anthony family, like I said, is erratic. And two, this next part,
Guys,
the police in
quit
this
because
case
they're all
were
oh
incompetent.
my God.
So the police get a call, right? Casey is arrested at this point. The Anthony family is saying, we don't know what's going on, right? So the police get a call. This person is a meter reader. He says, hey, I think I saw a strange object in the forest area around the
that's
Anthony house.
right,
The police said, let me stop you right there. Don't talk to us about that. Call the tip line if you have a tip. He says, okay. He calls the tip line. Tip line don't pick up. So he tries again later. The police go over. They say, what? He said, bro, in the forest over there, I swear I saw a skull.
It took him that
The police
many
look around a
times
little bit.
to
They're like, we didn't see
call.
nothing. They leave. 2 months later, and this is important, time is of the essence when trying to determine what happened to somebody who has been, if you haven't guessed by now, what he saw in the forest was Kaylee, Casey Anthony's daughter. But day by day, more forensic
In the
evidence is
heat.
being lost. So he tries again a few months later. The police go over. They see Kaylee Anthony. They charge Casey Anthony with
Wait,
her daughter. Boom.
whoa. Question here. Did anybody catch where the daughter, where the guy had to call? Why were they leaving? How come they didn't see the actual what the guy saw? What? Well, right there, if you want my opinion, helped her walk right out of that courtroom. Good job.
Well, let's jump straight to the trial, because here's where things start to get wicked. Casey Anthony had one hell of a lawyer. See, her lawyer's plan was to cause doubt as to if Casey did it or not. He does not have to prove that Casey is innocent. He just has to make you doubt that she did it. So the lawyer says, look, I already know who did it. It was Casey's dad, George.
What?
The story that Casey's lawyer brings up is that Casey's dad found Kaylee in the pool. Sadly, she was already gone.
Why
The
was she in the
dad
pool?
says, oh my gosh,
unsupervised?
I don't want my daughter, Casey, to get in trouble for this. Because Casey wasn't watching Kaylee.
No.
Kaylee went into the pool. So the dad, George, went to Casey, told her what happened, and told her, I'll take care of it. Casey starts crying. The
Yeah,
dad
right.
says, don't cry, don't cry. Your daughter's actually okay. So Casey believed her daughter was okay.
Oh my
That's why
God.
she was perfectly fine and going to parties and all that. Now that sounds insane, right? Well, of course it does. So Casey's lawyer has to get a little bit deeper. He says, oh, by the way,
I don't have to be a mother. Nobody has to be a parent to know that if that happened, the first thing you would do was want to see your child. Am I right or wrong here? There is nothing that would have held me back. Am I wrong? Like, Axelot, you're a parent. Wouldn't you like go running to them? I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable. No. The reason why I think Casey Anthony was going to get in trouble was because she was probably yapping on her fucking phone, not paying attention, going inside, letting the kid play in the back. No, the kid ends up in the pool, if that's how she died. But let's not forget that something was looked up on the computer, the house computer, that made it premeditated. And that's why the mother claimed it was her at the trial, because she didn't want her daughter to get the, unalive penalty. Okay. I hate talking like an idiot. So that's basically how that went. So anyway, I'm going to end this here because we know what happened. This bitch got away with it. The mother smelt the smell of somebody who wasn't alive, or something that wasn't alive anymore, in the car of her daughter, Casey Anthony. And here she is making money off of it. I'm a legal advice. And she purposely is saying, oh, yeah, only on legal issues. What legal issues do you know? What, because you were on trial for murder of your... I don't even care. I mean, I don't really make anything on AdSense anyway, so I don't give a shit. I'm just going to talk the way I want to talk. But, yeah, I'm just going to, I'm going to call this, because we do know what happens at the end. It's just absolutely just disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting. Some of the comments, I mean, the Substack, it's disgusting. She's making money off of it. I mean, what is wrong with people? A month, I need to see my grandson at least once a week. I know. And her own child. And that's your grandson. And at least I bet you also talk to him on the phone, and that's what was making the mother very suspicious also, is that when Casey spent some time staying at some guy's house, the guy said that that the whole time that Casey was there, she never even spoke about it, her daughter. He didn't mention she was missing. He didn't mention anything was going on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, and that's not normal. That, I'm sorry, but that's so far from normal. I don't know where to begin. There's something so wrong with her. A photographer for $8,000 a month. What? More like an escort service. Oh, God, I'm sick. FaceTime just about every night. Exactly. It makes sure it's normal. It's family. This girl just wanted a party. I don't think, she didn't have a baby's father to say here, So, I mean, that's on you, honey. That's on you. You had choices. I mean, you chose to not use protection. You chose to have a child. You chose, and that baby was, oh God, she was just so cute. It breaks my heart. And even if she wasn't so cute, I mean, what toddler isn't though? I mean, That girl would be, I think, in her early 20s by now. I think, if I'm correct, or getting there, you know. Maybe she'd be an LA baddie. Who the hell knows? But I'm glad. I just wish this bitch would go away, sink into a Florida hole. Oh, and then she's got a boyfriend, guys. She had a boyfriend. Everything was going great. He was married. Oh, yeah, he was married, and she was loving it. And because she's a skanky hoe and a home wrecking hoe and whatever other hoe you could think of. But once he left his wife and they were living together, it wasn't as exciting anymore. So get this. Yes, I know. Gold, I love that. I said what? I was laughing. I couldn't help it. He's two. That's cute. She left the guy after he left his family because it wasn't as exciting anymore now that he left his wife. You know, she really is the biggest piece of shit person that I've covered, other than one other, and we're not going to discuss that person. But in reality, no, she really is the biggest piece of shit person I have ever talked about, because she actually did the unthinkable, the unfucking thinkable. Okay. And I hope that she faces her punishment when the time comes. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna go. This one got me going. Anyway, thanks guys for being here. I'm going to do a weekend one, so look out for that. It will be, sometimes I'll put it up the day before, like schedule it. So always look at the date, okay? Because I like people to know, if I can. I like people to know ahead of time. All right. Thank you guys so much. Oh, wait, one more thing. Let me do this, okay? Give me a second. We got to add some people to our thingamajiggy. Our thingamajiggy. Because this weekend I want to do something. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I just gave out the 10 from this month because I didn't do it this month. So we've got, let's see, T Girl has received a membership. Monica, Lisa, take it or leave it. Pass for Pets, yay! Cherry Snow, Kiwi Fruit, Scotty, Angelina Ballerina, Hillbilly Belinda, Young Thickums, Overdell, I know. Was it slightly obvious the way I said it? I wish that we could pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we could pick our the ones that we give it to. I do. I really do. Because or at least pick half of them. Something. Damn. All right. Well, yeah, because I took a break, I usually give out 5 towards the beginning and then 5 towards the end. And since today is the last day, I said, oh shit, let me just give out the 10. So I did. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Let me just see one thing here. Oh, I did that already. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll see you over the weekend. And have a very, very, very good rest of your Friday. TGIF. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please, if you did, please leave a comment. The comment really get me, help me out, So I'm trying to build back up a little bit, but it is hard with going to school. So I'm trying. Yeah, enjoy all the creepy costumes, and don't end up like that girl where you're so drunk at a Halloween party in a mesh suit that somebody's pulling your what out of your what. Okay, if you're here and you remember, try not to wear mesh outfits while you are Aunt Flo is visiting and having the string hanging down like that girl. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Fernette says, yet here I am.